Hello, my friend. I just want to thank you for joining me. I have the privilege of speaking with a phenomenal speaker. She's a author and she's a coach. Yeah, yeah. hmm Known as the queen of editing, but she kind of made a shift. So I'm just excited to be talking with her. She's a member of my mastermind program, and I just wanted to just sit down and talk with her and try to catch up with her and see what she's doing and what kind of results she's been getting in her business. So, Coach Naomi, good to see you. Thank you for joining me to just talk about what's new in Naomi book world.
Thank
How are you
you,
doing,
Dr.
man?
Fred. I'm doing great. I'm doing great. Thanks to you. Thanks for having me.
Coach Naomi, introduce yourself. Tell us who you are. How did we get connected, and bring us up to speed to where we are now.
Sure. I'm Naomi Dunsen-White. My company is Naomi Books LLC, and I chose that name because it's all things books. I'm an author, also an editor, and now a speaker and a coach. After having been successful in Dr. Fred's Mastermind program, and I'm really just feeling very confident and very happy about what the future holds for me and my company.
So, speaker, author, coach, and so forth, right? So,
Yes,
Coach Naomi, well, let's go back to when we got started, and I often like to talk about that part
I
because,
know. I know you like to tease me,
yeah, yeah. So,
rightfully so.
yeah, Coach Naomi has been in my mastermind program, and how long we been working together? About a year, less year, two, year and a
It,
half.
it's over 2 years now.
2 years, 2 years,
Yeah.
couple of years. Okay.
Yep.
All right. What was your biggest struggle when you first got into the Build Your Business Mastermind? That's what I was calling it then.
Yeah. My biggest struggle was seeing my value.
Yeah.
Seeing my value. It was twofold though,
hmm
because I couldn't see my value. I spent a lot of time worrying about um, other people's wallets, basically,
hmm
about, because I didn't see my value. I didn't think that people would pay me what I deserve to be paid. And I
hmm
was always struggling with how do you put a price on it if you really don't even know your own value? And
hmm
that held me back from even receiving a lot of what you had to teach in the beginning.
hmm what was that? What was that time like? I mean, we kind of went back and forth. I remember it well. What was it like on your side? What was I doing? What did I do to? Well, how did I get through to you? What?
Well, you were aggravating me in the beginning, and I knew I was aggravating you because it was like, well, that's not right. Yeah, I'm not going to just ask somebody to pay me $500 or $5,000 when I don't even know what I'm doing. Because I didn't see my value. I just didn't. I wanted to do this. I knew what I wanted to do, and I dreamed of being a speaker, and I dreamed of sharing my passion, but I really didn't see myself there. And that's just what happens when you don't really see yourself doing it. I just was stuck in, yeah, I would like to one day, but
Yeah, and I think I was encouraging you at that time. I'm like, value your voice at $997.
yeah, that's what it was, 997. And
Yeah, 900. And that was like unheard of, right?
I was like, what? I'm
Yeah.
not asking anybody for $997 to talk to me. Yes, that's what it was. And you were challenging me like, well, why not? Don't you have value? Don't you have some value? Can't you help people with your talent and your skill and your experience?
Mhm.
And it was, yeah, but so I never could get rid of that but, and I just couldn't see it for so long. And
Mhm.
you saw so much in me and you never hesitated to tell me. So I just appreciate that so much. It
Mhm.
took a while, and I didn't mean to fight with you, but I
Yes,
did
you
get a little
did. Yes,
fight.
you
I
did.
I did get a little feisty. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie, people. I did get feisty.
Oh yeah, she was feisty. She was feisty. But I saw it in you, and I wasn't gonna give up. I wasn't gonna give up. I wasn't gonna let up. I mean, I wasn't. I'm like, I believe in her. I see her. I saw you. We
You
met
did.
at Clubhouse, and I was like, oh, I'm just this lady got too much to offer. Too much to offer. Okay, so what kept you showing up in the mastermind? Why did you keep showing up? Because I know there were times there was a period of discomfort. It had to be, okay? Why did you keep showing up? Because that was huge.
Because I told you I would be committed, and I was.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
I
Uh-huh.
was. And I couldn't deny that the things you were saying were true. Yeah, I couldn't
Mm,
deny that they actually made sense and they were true. And then of course having my colleagues there with me and to hear some of their experiences and successes and struggles too.
uh-huh.
It
Uh-huh.
just became so real to me,
Uh-huh.
and that it was so clear that you were not just making stuff up,
Mhm, mhm.
those gems, the wisdom that you were giving. I mean, I this is my second notebook, so I mean, I used to write, I write down, I still write down everything you say, um and those steps, once you try just one or two of those things and you see that it works, it's like, okay, so the problem isn't the information I'm receiving, the problem is me.
Mm, mm,
It's my thinking. And you kept saying mindset. You kept talking about mindset. And so I just asked myself, really, well, what is my mindset? Do I think I can do it or not? And it's
mhm,
not about trying to get as much money as possible out of people. I have integrity, and so do you. So it's
mhm,
never going to be about that.
mhm,
But it's about discovering the value of the gifts that God gave me and the passion that He's given me for my message. You know, it's not for me to keep within me.
mm,
I want to serve. I'm a servant. I have a servant's heart. I want to serve people. I want to help people. And I do feel very strongly about bringing other people of color into publishing. I feel like we must do that.
mm.
So my passion drives me, and I have the fuel, with all the information that I've learned. And it's working. It's working. And I'm so glad that I can see that now.
So as you moved forward into the mastermind in the program, people began to just flood your inbox. You became flooded with work. You were doing a lot of editing back then. Okay.
Yes.
Now, folks, she's not doing a whole lot of editing right now. I don't know. I don't know if she's doing any right now. She's coaching and she's speaking, just for the record. Okay.
Yes.
And by the way, what's your website? Naomi Book.
NaomiBooks.com.
Yeah, if you want to reach her, naomibooks.com. If you're looking for a keynote speaker or looking for somebody to come to your school district and empower your children or your school board or any of those areas, she's a speaker you might want to look for. naomibooks.com. So you got busy and
Yeah.
all of a sudden you didn't have as much. Talk to me about how your time became so limited and so tight. Talk to me about that.
Yes. One of the things that we learn in Mastermind is that you don't want to box yourself in and become a commodity because there's only one of
Oh.
you. And that's what happened to me. I became so successful with editing because I am excellent. I'm an excellent
Yeah,
editor.
you are. You are
And
definitely.
I became so busy. It's like, and nobody, they didn't want anyone else to do it. They wanted me to do it. So I was stuck. I had become a commodity. And I knew that my real love, not that I didn't love editing, because I do, but my real love is the coaching and the teaching and the public speaking. So I just began to really just pray and ask God to provide that opportunity. And it came in a way I didn't expect, but more doors began to open. And one speaking engagement, paid speaking engagement, which is the difference, right? Led to another. And then I got the one high paying client. And then that gave me so much confidence that I just applied the techniques that I had learned. And then that led to another. And so my clients gave me the name, the Queen of Editing, which I love, and I wear my crown. But I'm looking for my coaching clients now to give me a name, a term of endearment, because that's where I really, really want to be successful and to share with them the things that I've learned from you.
I want you to unpack this concept of commodity versus category of one. What do you mean when you say you became a commodity as opposed to a category of one?
Yeah, well, as a commodity, there's only so much I can do. My hands are literally tied. I have to finish with one client and make sure they're satisfied before I can satisfy the next client. There's just one of me. But being one is like being the one. the category of one. I am the one that you want as a speaker. I am the one that you want as a coach. I'm the one that can get you there to achieve your goals by sharing with you what I've learned, what I've been through, what I know works, what I know doesn't work, and the possibilities that I see in you the way my coach saw those possibilities in me. That is where you become, you're in a category of one. There is no other queen of editing like me. There's no other coach who's also an author and a writer and editor and speaker who can bring the best out in you. That means that I'm a category of one. Naomi Books LLC, category of one. But my hands are no longer tied because I can coach more than one person at a time.
Ah, yeah. Now, and you now understand and you've embraced this concept of $997 an hour. Is that correct?
Oh yes, we're good with 987 an hour.
At a minimum.
We are fine. Yes, sir. We are fine.
Uh-huh.
Except for when we do offer, our one-on-one sessions, and we
Mhm.
definitely don't put a dollar sign or a time on talking to prospective clients and making sure that they have our undivided attention and that we're listening and understanding what their needs are. We're not looking at the time at the watch or calculating the dollar signs in that moment. It's all about our clients.
Yeah. How much value have you put on your intake calls? Do you do 90-minute intake calls or 60 to 90-minute intake calls? Or
I do. Yeah, you corrected that because I used to do like a 15-minute free call. Well, you can't get anything done in 15 minutes. So then my mindset was, okay, I went over, I'm giving away free time. I'm not valuing myself. I had the whole wrong concept of that. And I never want to rush anybody or make anyone feel like I'm not paying attention to them and that they have my full heart and my full attention. But you can't do that if you're trying to, get paid for that or trying to put it on the time clock. So it has to be, this is our undivided time, for me and you. And usually I can do that in an hour. Usually an hour is pretty good because
Mhm.
the other person actually is aware and they're like, oh, I don't want to take up too much of your time. I really appreciate your time. So
Mhm.
that's another thing that you corrected for me.
Awesome, awesome. Now, Coach Naomi, you have shifted and you have hit like a high tide. Some things have been happening. Can you bring us up to date on things that's going on in your speaking, coaching, and consulting world? Because that's where think you've shifted. Tell me what's been happening now. Talk to us about some of the successes that you're experiencing with your books, your clients, so forth.
Yeah, thank you. So, as far as me being an author, I'm a children's book author. So, the best thing for a children's book author is to get your books into schools. And so,
Schools, right?
schools, yes. And so, I've gone from doing free author visits because everyone thinks that you're a children's author, you should come for free. Not true. You shouldn't. You don't have to do that. But I've gone from that to actually no longer doing just a story time at a school, but being a paid speaker, a paid presenter, actually teaching the children about diversity and equity and literacy and goal setting and believing in themselves and purpose, to actually being able to do a full district wide presentation to elementary school students, all of them, and talking to teachers and talking to superintendents and creating programs that will continue to help children reach their milestones in reading, but also addressing that internal part that I call purpose, and helping them to see beyond, what their future can hold for themselves, for their friends, and their community. So getting to that point has been a wonderful experience for me because that's what it's all about. And no longer spending a lot of time on doing, setting up a vendor table and hoping to sell 10 or 15 books, but being able to sell hundreds of books to schools and to literacy organizations. That has been a goal of mine. And to just be in that realm now is just a beautiful experience. And I can't wait to share all of those experiences and those steps with my clients so that they can also, be able to feel what that feels like, that fulfillment of a dream.
What impact has being in this mastermind had on you and your journey to go
Uh,
to this?
for me, I mean, I don't want to sound like I don't want to sound like I'm exaggerating, but it has meant everything to me. You have meant everything to me, Dr. Fred. You're one of the most important people in my life as my coach. And like I said, you saw in me what I didn't even see, before I saw it. And things that you say, they are true. I have a notebook full of things that you have told me to do and try, and I've done that, and I see them working. But I couldn't do it until your words actually got in my mind and my heart first. So if I didn't have the mastermind with you as a coach and my colleagues as, partners in this journey with me, I don't think that I could have gotten to where I believe in myself the way that I needed to in order to be that confident speaker in front of, hundreds of children and educational staff, teachers and administrators. For me to speak with that authority you tell us to have, I wouldn't have been able to do that without the time that I've been able to spend with you in mastermind and then in the one-on-one sessions as well. I just don't think they would have happened.
Without going into too many details, I remember early along when we spoke, you were telling me about I want my business to be profitable so that when my husband and I take a trip or do something, I want my business to be able to take care of and pay for it.
Yeah.
Has your business been able to become profitable? Speak to me about that since you've been in the mastermind.
Yeah. So that's funny that you asked because we haven't spoken about this since I said that.
Yeah, yeah.
But it might not sound like a big thing to others, but it is a big thing to me because I have the most generous husband, who has supported my business ventures. And that's another reason why I have so much respect for you because before you accepted contract for me, you wanted to meet my husband.
Mhm, mhm.
And so you did that. And I mean, respect level went way up here. Even though I was fighting you still in the beginning, I still respected you. But being able to just see how you gave my husband that respect and assurance that I was in good hands with you and that, you were not trying to take advantage of me, but you actually told him what you saw in me, that
Mhm,
really let me know that I could trust you, and it let my husband know that
mhm,
he could trust you with me
mhm,
and hand over the money without feeling any regret. So for me, I just wanted to have that success so I could show my husband that my business is profitable, And so just the other day, being able to take money from my business and transfer it over into our savings, for his retirement, that just means the world to me. It didn't even need to come to me. Just the fact that I could take money from my business, four figures,
mhm,
and put it over there.
mhm,
And not that he cares, because he's like, whatever you make, you can keep. It's because I want to feel like I have been successful and I can contribute, um, to our future together. And as my way of just showing him gratitude, for believing in me. And it's a great feeling. And like I told you, just my last speaking engagement was a 2 day event at a school district, and I had 8 sessions over those 2 days with the elementary schools, and my husband was with me. They put us up in a nice hotel, but him being there to see me do what I do, and just to see the pride, that he had, it was great. It was the best feeling ever. Yeah.
wow, you're gonna make me want to grab a handkerchief and take a
Sorry.
hit. So, Coach Naomi, what would you say to a lady watching this video right now? And she's been all over the internet. She's maybe had a coach or two, and things didn't work out. They worked with somebody, or they might published a book. They might even be a best-selling author, but they're really looking to get into a program with a coach or somebody that's gonna really support them and help them get a real result, help them really get a result. What would you say to that person?
I would say sign up for a mastermind with Dr. Fred. I mean, you're the real deal. I've been taken advantage of. I've spent money with people who promised to do things and they didn't do. I ended up having to learn it on my own. But you're not a scammer, you really deliver what you say. And more than that, you care about us. Every one of my colleagues feels the same way. Like, we know that you care about us. You pray for us.
Mhm.
To get a text message from you saying, hey, what can I pray about, for you today? Loretta and I are thinking about you. How can we pray for you? That Where are you going to get that?
Mhm,
Nobody else is doing that. So
mhm.
I know that I am safe with you. My business is safe with you. And if I just stick with the process and apply what I'm being taught, I'm going to see my dreams come true. And so that's what I would say to you. If you are looking for a coach, I just can't recommend anyone more highly than you, Dr. Fred. I mean that with all my heart, and I appreciate you so much.
Well, I appreciate you and appreciate the confidence that you and your husband both have in me. But it's easy because you're just so gifted. I mean, it's really easy for me to just encourage you to embrace you, all of you, because your excellence just exudes. Okay, on that point. So you shared a little bit ago, for moments ago. You don't have to go into too much detail, but you spoke somewhere, and the people in the audience came back saying, "Who is that lady? Or where? Tell me what happened. Give me a little bit of that."
Yes, I did. I was invited to
Mhm,
speak on a particular program that I
mhm,
had been blessed to be a part of at a public school
mhm,
district's board meeting.
mhm,
So I was asked to speak in front of the board, and I did. And when I finished, the assistant superintendent came to me and told me that some higher up officials who had been there called her on her phone and said, "Who is that lady up there speaking about your program?" And she told them who I was. And it's just an open door. I believe God is going to be blessing me through that, because it takes me up to a higher level within the district. So instead of um, having me as a part of a particular program of the district, there's interest in me being presented district wide, like for the entire district. So I'm very, very grateful for those types of opportunities. But again, it all goes back to knowing my worth and knowing my value. The fact that they saw the value in me and my excellence and thought that I could represent their program before the school board, that says a lot. And I spoke with confidence about myself and about the program and my books and what I do. And it showed. They saw it, right? They saw it and they recognized it. So I was able to be a blessing to that program, but also God gave me opportunity to be elevated in their sight as well.
Wow, wow, that's incredible. That's awesome. When you find the way, run the play.
I like it. See, I got to write that down too.
When you find the way, run the play. Coach Neil, where can people find you? I would love.
NaomiBooks.com.
There it is, right up there, right on
Right
the
behind
top
me.
of it. Yeah, Naomi. And if you like me, have trouble spelling Naomi, NaomiBooks.com. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for sharing your journey. And I look forward to catching up with you maybe a year from now, or 9 months or so, to hear what else the Lord is doing in your life.
Amen.
Blessings to you. Okay.
Thank you, Dr. Fred.
Thank you.
Bye.